The Toronto Raptors return to the city was an absolute bang in their first preseason game, but it did shed light on what possibly is just the latest hidden gem that the Raptors have picked up. So in today's video, we look over that hidden gem and discuss how far he can go in his NBA career. Let's get into it. Welcome NBA and Raptors fans, this is Amateur Sports, your source of Raptors news, analysis, breakdown, mock trades, and so much more content. So if you like what you see from today's video and you want more of myself talking about the NBA and the Raptors and videos and content just like this, make sure you are subscribed to the channel for at least 4 videos a week. This week, we're probably gonna have 5 of those videos concerning the Toronto Raptors. Make sure you're up to date with all those things as we're on a road to 7,000 subscribers. By the way, just want to mention the YouTube channel just hit 1 million total views. Oh my gosh. Thank you guys so much for the outrageous support you give me. I am extremely grateful. But let's get down to business for what we're talking about, because it is the day after the Raptors did extremely well in their first preseason game, winning 123-107 against the Philadelphia 76ers. And I did mention that preseason, it's preseason. But what we want to see is personal growth amongst our players. You want to see how the players are looking rather than just care about the win-losses thing. So when we look at this result, yeah, we won, but also, oh my goodness, there was a lot of really good individual player performances. But one in particular, I think, stood above the rest. And as much as I thought Scottie Barnes was great, as much as I thought that Delano Banton was good, and OG Anunoby was probably the player of the game, the one that really surprised me the most came from none other than Justin Champagnie. Justin Champagnie came into this team undrafted and was pretty impressive in Summer League, and was so impressive that he earned himself a spot on our training camp roster. Without that great Summer League, I don't think that Justin Champagnie would have been playing in the game yesterday, but he was, and he was magnificent. Oh my goodness. I think that this was the performance that exceeded my expectations the most, because Justin Champagnie put up 17 points, 10 rebounds for a nice double-double, but very efficiently as well. He shot 58% from the field. I believe it was 44% from 3. He looked great. He tagged on a few steals as well. This guy looked fantastic. And at only 20 years old, this could be an absolute steal for the Toronto Raptors yet again, because this player went undrafted out of the University of Pittsburgh, where he was playing particularly well. In fact, let's take a look at those statistics here. With 18 points per game, 11 rebounds per game, he averaged a double-double, bit of a double-double machine in those college days, despite being only 6'6", playing in. For him, he played a lot of guard for Pittsburgh. He also played a little bit as a small forward. That's what he is currently listed as, but was also pretty efficient in those numbers as well, with about a 48% field goal percentage, 31% shooting from three-point land, and a 71% free throw percentage. This was a great looking player, one that could definitely out-rebound for his size. Again, at about 6'6", is extremely young, and I'm wondering, based off of the stats here, and based off any tape that you see of this guy playing in those college days, how did he go undrafted? How did he slip through the cracks of the NBA draft? 60 players get drafted, and seeing this guy play what he did in college, seeing him what he did in Summer League, and more importantly, seeing what he did in the preseason game, regardless of if it's a small sample size, this is a guy that definitely should have gotten drafted. And I think there's going to be quite a few teams regretting having not picked this guy up here. But the Raptors, the scouts, they have absolutely done their job again. We brought him in, we saw what he could do, and now he is trying to earn himself a spot on the actual NBA roster for opening night. Now, I will admit, last week, I made a video about who the Raptors should cut from that training camp roster, and Champagnie was on the list. And it's more so, he's only 20 years old. It was more so, I don't think he's quite equipped to play in the NBA just yet, but some time in the G League, maybe he could get there. But after seeing this performance, and I know it's just one game, I'm not trying to overreact. Obviously, we got to see the rest of the 4 games before we make a decision. But based off of the one game that I've seen, it's going to be extremely difficult to cut this guy, because he has everything you need. He is a great defender, and he showcased some very good things on offense. In Summer League, this is really what was the wow factor for this player. A nice 14 points per game, 9 rebounds per game, 3.4 steals, which is very impressive. Also 1.3 blocks, if I'm not mistaken, plus 39% from the field. That's not great. The 23% from 3, that's not the best, and the 71% free throw percentage. So those percentages aren't the best. The stats, those are nice. The rebounding is also nice. That is what earned him a spot with the NBA roster here in preseason without that good summer league performances. And I know those field goal percentages aren't the best, but having watched those summer league games, there was a lot of really good signs about this player, and I can fully understand why the Raptors brought Champagnie into the NBA team. I would have easily done it based off what I saw in summer league, and I said at the time, but I didn't think he would really have much of a chance at cracking our actual opening night roster. But looking at what we have now, I mean, looking at the playtime people got, maybe other guys like Bonga and Decker and Flynn will get more playtime in other games, and we're just trying to use certain players to a higher degree or a higher volume to see how they cope with it. But judging by the players that really didn't get a lot of playtime, this could be a player in Champagnie who is on that opening night roster. And Freddie Gillespie is one who is on the cusp of getting cut for me. And after that performance yesterday, to follow up what was a pretty torrid and horrendous summer league, Freddie Gillespie could be on the way down. And if Freddie Gillespie, who in my opinion is on that cusp of getting cut, he's on that fringe, just for the sake of injuries. You know, we have Kem Birch, who's not available right now, and let's say other centers go down. I mean, Boucher just went down. So right now our center rotation is currently just Freddie Gillespie and Precious Achiuwa. When Boucher's back, he'll be there. But the Raptors used a lot of positionless basketball yesterday. And in a lot of cases, there wasn't a single center or power forward on the court. So they really have this positionless game down, and there's guys who are oversized who can shift into those rebounding type of positions. So do we really need Freddie Gillespie on the roster? I mean, do we really want to cut Justin Champagnie to keep Freddie Gillespie on this roster? Because with so much talent on this team, it would be a real damn shame to keep somebody for the sake of position and for injury cover to see talent go down into the G League. So based on that assessment, Champagnie may have a real shot at cracking this roster. Would it be maybe more worthwhile for him to play in the G League and harness his skills? For his case, I'm not so sure. In the case of Delano Banton, who also looked impressive yesterday, I think that, those 5 turnovers are pretty eye-popping for Banton. He could use some time in the G League to just sharpen up and polish his game. But Justin Champagnie, I feel like, even though he went undrafted, this guy has the talent to be a contributor on an NBA team. Would he be in like the main rotation? Probably not, but I mean, he's already surprised me so far with so many different things. Why can't he go take on a bigger role? So I really am interested to see what he can do with the next 4 preseason games, what he can achieve, what level he can get to, because so far so good for Champagnie. I think he may have even surprised himself yesterday. Maybe he knows how talented he is, but he was sharpshooter from 3. He was getting it on the interior. He was playing some dogged defense. I mean, the Raptors as a whole were playing some dogged defense. There was a stretch in, I believe, in the second quarter where every play it seemed like we were getting a steal, working it in transition. Champagnie was a big factor to what we did on defense. He pushed the ball well in transition as well, was playing some good offense, was on the inside, was on the outside, was setting up plays as well. I thought Champagnie was absolutely excellent. So what I want to see from the next few games that we have, we play the 76ers again on Thursday. So just my luck, I made this video at about 12:30 p.m. Eastern time. I am currently editing at 1:30 p.m. Eastern time. And as I'm editing, this tweet comes out about how he banged up his knee in practice, and we don't know if he's going to be available for the rest of the game. So just understand that this video was made before that, and I hope he's okay and does play in the other games to keep this video relevant. I want to see Champagnie maintain this big role with the team because I want to see if he can reproduce this sort of performance. Summer League was good, maybe moderately inefficient. This was a huge step up from that Summer League game in terms of the way he played, and it's also a huge step up in terms of the talent that he's playing against. Can he replicate this in the other games? Can he show that he is talented and he can be on this roster? I think that Champagnie is in the cut category right now, and he's got to prove to Raptors personnel, the coaches in the front office, that he is capable of playing for this team in the NBA. If he's not there, I think he's going to do extremely well with the Raptors 905. Again, this guy is 20 years old, averaged a double-double in college. Even though he's only 6'6", he averaged 11 rebounds. This is the exact type of player that the Raptors need on their team. He is skilled in going two-way. He's very athletic, part of this positionless game that we are trying to adapt. Plus, has a good defense, has the rebounding capability despite being undersized. So All of these things considered, he fits right in with the team in terms of his age, his size, his wingspan, all of that, and the way he plays the game. He's not just a guy who has those, natural traits in terms of his athleticism and his size. He's also a very skilled basketball player. The little nuances of his game that we have recognized, especially in that one game yesterday, have been great. But I will admit, last season, Malachi Flynn absolutely torched the Hornets in 2 preseason games. Ultimately, didn't really make his mark immediately on the NBA and took some time. It took a bit of a stint in the G League to get up to that level. So for Champagnie, we have to see more of the same. It's just a very small sample size right now. Can you make that a bigger sample size? And can you force the Raptors coaches, the Raptors front office, and all the personnel, can you force them to put you on this team? Because there's a lot of competition. There's a lot of people competing for these places, but you got to make sure that you are somebody that they simply cannot afford to cut. And Justin Champagnie is well on his way to accomplishing that feat. This is just another undrafted hidden gem found by the Raptors scouts. My goodness, they have done it again. So what did you make of Justin Champagnie's first performance with the Toronto Raptors in preseason? Let me know all of your thoughts and opinions on this player, and if you should make the final roster in the comments down below, because that is it from me for today. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you are still here, make sure you give a like to the video. If you're still here, you definitely enjoyed the video, and it really goes a long way if you do give the video a like. Let's get to 250 likes on today's video. You can also subscribe to this channel with so much Raptors content and so much great Raptors content on the way, because this season is about to get started. We're on the road to 7,000 subscribers, looking to hit 10K by the end of 2021. On the screen right now are the other channels that we have. Amateur TV is our vlog channel where I go to games like Jays games, TFC games, and Raptors games. I'll be at the game on Monday against Houston. I vlog those and do my live game reactions for some very entertaining videos there. Plus our Amateur Clips channel, the best highlights from our Twitch streams. You can also check out where we watch along every single Raptors game on the Twitch channel, link in the description. We'll see you again next time for another video.